Hi, it's story time. I'm going to read from outside today. It's such a gorgeous day out. Anyway, this one's for Emily's daughter. Welcome back, Snow White. It's a Walt Disney book. One day, a man on a horse rode up to the house where the seven dwarfs lived. A letter from the castle from the seven dwarfs, he said. Oh my goodness, wonder what the letter says. I wonder if this is from Snow White, said Doc. Why, it is! And she's coming to see us. Doc went inside to tell the rest of the dwarfs the news. Oh my goodness, look at that. He looked so happy. Hooray! Shouted the dwarfs. They jumped for joy. How wonderful! Cried Happy. I've missed Snow White very much, said Bashful. See the pictures? Sorry, Mose, my dog, is here. Yes, said Grumpy, it is wonderful news. But what will Snow White think when she sees our house? The sink was full of dirty dishes, the chairs were broken, and there was dust everywhere. Look at that. What do you think they're going to do? I have an idea. Look at that room. Oh my goodness. Dirty clothes on the floor, old shoes lay all about, the curtains had holes in them and they were gray with dust. Achoo! Sneeze, sneezy, there is a lot of dust in here. Well, we will just have to clean it up, said Doc. Excuse me. Come on. I think Doc is the leader. What do you think? Doc marched to the sink. He washed all of the dirty dishes. There, he said happily. All the dishes were clean. He left them next to the sink to dry, and off he went to find something else to clean. Do you guys help clean at your house? It makes life so much easier for everybody. Sleepy looked around for something to do. He saw dishes beside the sink. Carefully, he put them back into the sink. Oh no! There, he yawned. Now they can soak for a while. I'll just go take a nap until they are clean. Oh my goodness, they were already clean. But the thought was he was trying to help. Dopey swept all the dust into one big pile, but he did not know what to do with it. He went off to find Doc. Doc would know what Dopey should do next. Sneezy walked by. The great pile of dust tickled his nose. Achoo! He sneezed. It was a very big sneeze. Dust blew all over the cottage. It blew all over Sneezy, too. Look at that. Next came Grumpy. The dust blew in his eyes. A pail of soap and water spilled all over the floor. Just then, Happy walked across the wet floor. With a whoosh, Happy fell down. He tried to stand, but he could not. Instead, he slid across the floor. Look at that. He sure looks happy, doesn't he? Sneezy woke up from his nap. He had forgotten all about the dishes. He blinked his eyes, yawned, and stretched. He started to make up the beds, but he didn't even finish one bed. He said, "Oh, I think I'll take another nap." And quick as a wink, Sleepy was fast asleep. Again, look at that. I like their beds. Did you notice? Look, they have their names on them. A fine job of cleaning we've done, said Grumpy. The place looks worse than when we started, Doc agreed sadly. The trouble is, we are not working together. That is the key. Let's decide who's going to do what. Then we can all help each other, said Happy. It sounds like the team of where I work. We get a project and we all work together. Let's see if their outcome is as good as ours. Doc gave each one of the dwarfs a job to do. Sneezy washed the clothes. Dopey put the wet clothes on the line to dry. It's easier to clean when someone helps you, said Sneezy. It certainly is. Doc took a pail of glue. He glued new bottoms on the dwarf's old shoes. Bashful sat in a corner nearby. He brushed the shoes that Doc had mended. He brushed and brushed. At last they were shiny and clean. Then he lined them up neatly, all in a row. Look at that. Those are some different looking shoes, wouldn't you say? But they are clean. That was nice of him. Grumpy began to mend the broken chairs. He hammered so loud that he woke up Sleepy. "Well, it's about time you came down to help," grumbled Grumpy. "Sleepy, you can clean the table while I mend the chairs," said Grumpy. With a big clean cloth, Sleepy washed the table. "Humph," said Grumpy. "This table looks pretty good." "Oh, that's good." It's nice to get compliments, too, when somebody's doing a good job, to let them know. Happy was busy making a cake. Dopey liked watching Happy bake. When Happy was through, Dopey licked the spoon clean. After the cake was done, all the dwarfs gathered around. "Great job," said Doc. "It smells so good," said Sleepy. "I guess my next nap can wait." Here we go. That does look like a pretty good cake. What color is that frosting? Pink? I think so. All right, everyone. Snow White will be here soon. We must get to work. To the table, quick. Dopey looked out the window. Sleepy looked out the window. They were waiting to greet Snow White. Look, they're patiently waiting. "Hurry, everyone," said Doc. "We must all wash up." "Wash up," grumbled Grumpy. "Yes," said Doc. Quickly, everyone lined up to wash. Finally, they all looked neat and clean, except for Bashful. He was nowhere to be found. They're all cleaned up, ready to go, or ready for their guests. Did they wash their hands for 20 seconds like we're all supposed to? I bet so. "Well, look who's here," said Happy. There stood Bashful. He was holding a big bunch of flowers. "I picked these for Snow White," he said. Just then the dwarfs heard the sound of a carriage. "Here she is," they shouted. All the dwarfs ran outside. Even Bashful came and stood shyly behind Doc. Everyone waited for the carriage to stop. Out of the carriage stepped the beautiful Snow White. "Welcome back, Snow White," sang the 7 dwarfs. Snow White looked just like a princess. Her sweet smile, her gentle hands, and the love in her eyes were the same as ever. Oh, I love that carriage she's in. Look at, they're so happy to see her. It's so fun when friends see each other. "Oh, I am so happy to see you all," said Snow White. "It is good to be back." She kissed Dopey. His eyes lit up. She kissed Grumpy, and his face got all red. Then she gave Bashful a special hug. Look at, oh, he's got those beautiful flowers. I bet he's going to surprise her. Then Snow White went inside the cottage. "Oh my goodness," she said. "Everything is so neat and sparkling clean. We wanted it to be just right for you," said Grumpy. "And Doc showed us how to all work together," said Happy. Look at that. "Well, you should all be very proud of yourselves," she said. "I am glad you have learned to work together so very well." The dwarfs poked each other. They blushed with pride. "Working together makes the work easier," they all agreed. Then they laughed and told stories for the rest of the day. And I think that is the end. So I hoped you enjoyed. Welcome back, Snow White. You have a good day now. Bye.